Hey y'all, I'm Wilson. Welcome to my little shop here. I got some face frames on the table here. I got to get some cabinets built. These are some I've been working on. Y'all might have already seen the videos where I was cutting the face frames, putting them together, cutting some of the parts out. But anyway, I got my face frames finished now, and it's time to get everything put together. And I figured I'd just kind of show y'all how I do that. I have a dado system. I pre-finish everything and then put it together after it's finished. That way, if I'm by myself and I got a big old heavy cabinet, I can take it out to the job in parts, put it together on the job, and I can do everything without a helper that way. But if I can build them in the shop and still carry them in the house, that's what I'll do. And that's what we're going to do on this one. I'm going to set y'all up on my custom camera stand here. And I'm going to get started. Like I say, I'm just going to kind of show y'all how I do it. There's a shit ton of ways to build cabinets. This is the way that works for me. I know some people don't like face frame cabinets. Some people do the Euro frameless. I like frames. I prefer to do face frames myself. I don't mind doing the frameless. It's not bad either way. Frameless, you can frameless a little cheaper because you don't have to buy the wood for the face frames. But either way, 6 of one, half a dozen of another. But I'm gonna get started here. I've got my side stiles dadoed. So that's the first thing I do. I put in my ends. I'm gonna run some glue down these. Like I say, the nails are just to hold it till the glue dries. Alright, that's that, and I'm going to start off. I've got 1-inch nails in here. I normally do a 2-inch side stile, which is what I have here. So I'm going to set that in there. I'm going to flush that up at the top. And come from the outside here and just angle. Make sure it's seated all the way down. And just angle those nails in there. You got to be careful because they can come out the face if you don't angle them right. So I'm starting out with those. Same thing with this side, flush it up at the top. Always make sure it seats in there real good. Now, my center cabinet, and on this side, on these two cabinets, I've got a 1-inch side stile. So I can't use these 1-inch nails because they'll go all the way through. I've got some 1/2-inch nails. I've got 1/2-inch nails, and what I'm going to do is just set it in here. Make sure I'm flushed and in good. Now, what I'm doing is I got 1/2 inch nails. I got my end, I got the dado in the center of that 1 inch. So I've got a 1/4 inch on either side, 1/2 inch dado, 1/4 inch on either side. So I'm coming from the outside and shooting into that dado to catch the plywood end. Maybe y'all can see it on this one. I know my camera work is not perfect. Just make sure it seats in there all the way and nail it off. Like I always say, that nail is just there to hold it till the glue dries. All right, one more end. We're almost there. Like all the rest of them, flushed up at the top. All right, that's all my ends. So I'm going to go ahead and take these 1/2 inch nails back out. Put my 1 inch in there. And I'm going to swap out to my staple gun. I've got 1 inch staples in that. And I'm going to come back with the glue again, and I'm going to glue these dados. Y'all kind of bear with me here. I'm trying to make these videos a little better. I'm starting to get a little more comfortable in front of the camera. So hopefully as we go, the videos will start getting better. Alright, now I've got my ends glued in the dados. These are my bottoms. I've got just a piece of poplar on the bottom. That's 5/8 by 5/8. I'm using 1 inch staples, so I've just got it glued and stapled to the bottom, and I'm going to use that to nail my bottom to the frame. So I'm going to take and put a bead of glue on that. And we're going to hope I cut everything the right size. But if I didn't, we'll be finding out here real soon. Alright, now, sometimes if you're not good with the gun, you might want to draw a line where you need to put your staples. I've been doing it for a while. I can kind of eyeball and see down both sides. I just look down like that. You just got to know how to cross your eyes and look down both sides at the same time. All right, anyway, that's that. Then I make sure my bottom is straight on there. Nail that off. We'll move to the next one. Get a bead of glue on that. Now I'm using a 1/2 inch pre-finished birch. On this 1/2 inch, I'm using it as a one side finish, so the bottom is raw. I like to get one side raw because I use it for the bottom. I can actually glue to it because you can't really glue to the pre-finished surface. To me, the dados just make it so easy to build. This is our last bottom. Same thing, we'll glue it. When I do this, I put a bead of glue on this 5/8, and I actually put a bead of glue on the front of the plywood too. Alright. Alright, that's all our bottoms. Set that to the side. Now I've got, these are our hanger rails. And what hanger rail is just the rail that goes right here. We use that rail to screw the cabinet to the wall. Now I'm gluing these to a pre-finished surface. So the wood glue I've got is not really going to bond. I can get a glue that's more of a rubbery type glue that will have a little more bond than this. But for these parts like this, I just nail them in and then come back and tack some screws in them. And I don't really need any glue in these parts. And I'll just nail them in like that. Make sure I got it cut the right size. I did a video the other day on cutting some of these parts out. I can't remember if I went over how I measured it to get my size. I know I was going to, but I might have got sidetracked and I can't even remember what I did on that video. But these are basically my bottoms My bottoms, I measure my dado. I know where my ends have got to stop. Deduct a ½ inch. That's my bottom. These, I deduct a full inch. Well, actually, like 15/16. Because the plywood is not a full ½ inch. Alright. Those are in. So I'm going to go ahead and flip this thing all the way over. I'm going to go back. I felt this move a little bit. I'm just going to make sure I've got that nailed in right. Because I don't want it coming loose. Let that glue dry and it won't. Alright, make sure I've still got staples. Alright, now I'm flipping them over to put my toe kick board. There goes my compressor, just so everybody can hear. It shouldn't take long, it'll kick right back off. Sometimes building them this way, I've got my blanket down to protect them, but every so often you might get a little bit of glue. That's why I don't leave them sitting like that too long. I get my pieces put in there, and then I flip them up to put that rail, and I can look. If there's any glue, it'll wipe right off that finish as long as it's still fresh. It's just a water-based glue. You just don't want to rub that finish too hard. You'll leave a shiny spot in it. Now, we've got our toe kick boards. And they just go in like that. I don't know if y'all can hear me. That compressor is right behind y'all, so it's probably drowning me out. I'm probably just sitting here talking for nothing. Now I glue that because this bottom here is unfinished. That glue will help me out a little bit. I'm just going to push it down tight. compressor gets aggravating. Like I was just saying, I don't know if y'all could hear me when I was over there talking with the compressor running, because the compressor is right behind y'all. I might need to think about that next time and either move the compressor or put y'all in a different spot. Alright, so that's my toe kick board. Now, I had a little piece I forgot to cut here. Alright, this is just some of that 5/8 by 5/8 I was showing y'all a while ago. And what I'm going to do, you see what I'm doing right here, I'm putting it behind that toe kick so I can attach it. I can attach it to the floor of the cabinet without having to shoot through the bottom. Alright, now that toe kick is attached, like I say, I'm gonna probably do it after the video, but I'm just gonna pilot drill me a little hole, pop a screw in there, and pop a screw in a couple other places where I'm not able to put glue. Alright, now let me figure out what I'm doing here again. I get to talking and running my mouth and get sidetracked as to what part I'm doing. Alright, that's the basic box built. Now I'm gonna put cleats in, and what these are just, they go from behind the face frame to right there. They go in there like that. They help hold everything good and square, and they give a surface to be able to glue the countertop down to. Now this is a sink opening. If you're doing something like this, you have to watch the size of your sink. You might have to put just a little triangle block in your sink cabinets, but this one's big enough they're not going to interfere with the sink itself, so I'm good. Alright, so we're going to get these put in. Let me get over here and find my glue. Now, this piece right here is unfinished. I got the face frame there, so what I'm going to do is just put a little glue front and back. Fit it in there. Make sure it's all nice and flush. I don't want to shoot through that face frame because it is finished. So I just toenail one through that. Alright. We'll put these in and then we'll get our bats. Make sure everything's nice and flush. You want everything nice and flush. You want it to look pretty on the top. You know, the countertop goes on there, so it's not going to be seen. But you still don't want to bring a cabinet in somebody's house with the top looking all boogered up. Because they look at that and then they start picking apart everything else. There. Alright, we've almost got these. I know these videos kind of drag out sometimes. I haven't tried to do any editing. I just kind of video it all on the fly and just see what happens. Like I said, it kind of gets drawn out. Some of them end up kind of long. So I really do appreciate those of y'all that are watching. I'm trying to run through this as quick as I can. And I know I'm gonna miss some of the stuff as far as telling you what I'm doing here. But if you got any questions, just send me a comment. If you like the videos, go ahead and subscribe, because I'm gonna have some more coming. I want to do more project videos. You know, not work related, just stuff that's fun to do. But most of the stuff that I got going on is work related, so a lot of my videos, if I want to do videos, I'm going to have to do a lot of them on my work related stuff. I had thought about trying to see if I could edit so I could skip around some of these parts. But I'm going to tell you the truth, I kind of just like doing it like this, just running my mouth while I'm building it. And I'm doing the videos just for fun anyway, so it's not a big deal. I'd like to get a bunch of subscribers. But like I say, it's all for fun here. Alright, and I'm sitting here running my mouth trying to figure out where I'm at again. So I am at point to where I need to put the backs on. So I'm going to kind of look at my blanket there. Make sure I don't have any glue where I'm going to set these down at. I tell you, these little packing blankets, every time I'm got a little money and I'm around there where they are, I'll buy a couple of them. They are something that is nice to have. I keep them on the truck. I keep them in the shop. They come in handy for a lot of stuff. Alright, now we're going to put our backs on. Make sure I got them sized right. Alright, they're all sized right now. I put on my backs, I start at the top. I got a pile of lumber in the way here, so I'm going to have to lean over a little bit, but I'll start at the top, flush that corner, flush that. And I've got 3/4 staples in here. Flush that top out nice and pretty first. And then I've got this flushed right here. So I'm going to go ahead and flush this in. So I flushed the top, I flushed that in, that's keeping us square. So now I can come and tack the bottom. And the bottom should fall just like this, dead square, along with that plywood. I'll make sure that's straight. And I can go ahead and shoot it off. Like I say, I'm trying to talk loud enough so y'all can hear me. I've been checking out the videos before I post them, and most of them I can hear pretty good. So I'm hoping that everybody can hear me. I know I'm talking kind of loud out here in the middle of the night. If my neighbors are walking around, they're probably thinking I'm crazy. Of course, my neighbors are not really in earshot of the shop here, so I don't really have to worry about it. All right. All right, we're almost there. One more back. All right. Make sure I don't lose my place. Now, we'll spin these around real quick. And actually, now that I got them upright, this one goes over here. That one goes there. That one goes there. Now, I got them built in 3 pieces because I'm not sure if I can get them down the hallway and turn into the room as one cabinet, especially if I'm by myself. So I've got these to where they will screw together right there. And I've got a finished toe kick that goes on top of that, and a finished end that goes over here. But for right now, that's our cabinet. So I'm gonna let y'all go for now. I appreciate y'all watching. And like I say, if you like the video, go ahead and subscribe. I'm trying to get up to at least 500 subscribers. That's my new goal. Right now I'm at like 292, I think. So I got a little ways to go. But anyway, I'm gonna get this thing. I'm gonna put some doors on it, put some drawers in it, get it tied together. And I'll do another video when I get it all put together so y'all can see it. I appreciate y'all watching. I'll see you next time.